And here we go. We're ready to rock and roll. Aren't we, Roddy Babes?
Rock and roll. But what? Look at that. I am ready to rock and roll.
For
baby.
those
I am ready to rock and roll.
we salute you.
Dirty deeds and dunder cheap.
Oh, I got that one too. Dirty deeds and they're done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds and they're done dirt cheap. I can do all of the AC/DC catalog.
Nice.
I think they set a record with some kind of AC/DC event. I saw the headline, and I didn't expect you to be wearing an AC/DC shirt where I would have the knowledge. But they played an AC/DC song, and I think they set a record with bagpipes or something. I don't know.
Yes, it was in Scotland. It was like in Glasgow. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What was the song? Do you know?
Isn't there a song with bagpipes? I don't know.
There's a few.
Yeah.
There's a few. I don't know. Let me say hi to a couple people. These are our regulars. These are the people that keep us going, Ron. Nick, good morning. Good morning, Ted Palawada. Yeah, give him a wave, Ron. Give him a wave. Scott Watson up the river. You know Mr. Watson. Hi, Scotty boy.
Scotty.
But this is Ron Berman, my friend. He's a comedian. We like to call him Ron the Waiter.
So, listen, this is what's, I watch the news in the morning. What are we going to talk about? And this is all they're talking about.
Go ahead.
They're going to have a vote on the Epstein files today.
Oh,
and then it will go to Trump's desk.
Okay.
Do you understand the smokescreen we're getting? He doesn't need the House to vote on it. He has the power to go, release it. It's all theater. You
beat me to it because I was literally going to start with that too.
Yeah, it's all theater.
Trump was, defending against. He didn't want that stuff released for the longest times. Now he sees the pressure and he's like, I better be on the right side with this thing. So now I'm encouraging them to release the files. But the whole time he could have released the files. He doesn't need anybody. He's the president. It is a smoke show. And was the delay? Did Trump go, man, just give me some time, get my name out of the files. How much time do you need? And they're like, I don't know, at least a year. And he's like, all right, let's fight this for a year. And then he probably got the phone call. Hey, man, there's no mention of you in these files in any bad way. So you can officially say you released the file. That's what I think is what's going on, if you want to know the truth.
What they're saying is he's getting real bad advice. Because initially he's saying, fuck you. I'm actually going to investigate the Democrats, like Larry Summers and all them. Yeah, and then he completely reversed and said, you know what, give it to him. Why did he do that? Because it looks like at the moment, 100% of the House Republicans are going to vote yes to release the files. So he just gave in. Yeah, he had to. Because he had to. He would look bad with his own party voting for it, and he's the one that's resisting. So, yeah, that's a huge story, man. That's a huge story today. The MAGA base is a like QAnon conspiracy theorist group, and they voted for Trump. And Trump campaigned on, really, one of the main issues is, hey, idiots, put me in fucking office and I'll give you everything. Of course. But I have to defend my MAGA abuser. I do have to defend my MAGA friends. There are a bunch of people out there that are they're just normal conservatives. And, that was their choice. And they voted and support the Trump as well. But yeah, there's definitely a bunch of QAnons in the base. That's for sure. I think what is really starting to scare the base and the Republicans is, hey, they did not expect to see these new emails from the Epstein estate. No, these are emails from the Epstein estate that have never seen the light of day before. So the Republicans they got blindsided. Of course. These are so damning. Jeffrey Epstein said, the only person who doesn't have a single good cell in his body, he's dirty to the marrow. He goes as Donald Trump. He goes, Donald Trump is a serious fucking problem because he's pure fucking evil. This This is coming from Epstein,
I
who's
know,
also
that's what's
pure
so
evil.
crazy.
Yeah.
No, it's funny. You want to know what headline I focused on besides the Epstein files? There's a big thing. It's a big thing, Ron. And you live in New York City, so you're seeing it yourself. The headline is it too early for Christmas?
Christmas started 2 weeks before Halloween in New York City.
It did. And you have these people in your life. Do you have the people that come up to you and go, "Oh, it's just too early. It's too early." And I look at them and I go, who gives a crap that some idiot is putting their holiday decorations up around Halloween? Who cares? Who cares?
It's the same uproar every year. As soon as Starbucks comes out with the pumpkin spice latte, you know the season has begun.
Right.
They came out with that in the beginning of October.
Yeah. Well, you weren't here yesterday, but I got this theme in my life. And pumpkin spice latte should be added to that list. If pumpkin spice latte is that damn good, they should serve it all year long. Anything they serve only a little bit. I'm looking at you, turkey, the stupid turkey thing at Thanksgiving. None of us fully enjoy turkey. We drown the shit with the gravy to make it, tolerable. And if turkey was that damn good, they would be serving it all year long. It would be on the fucking special list at the menu. Oh, we got turkey today. And you're like, you got turkey? Oh, my God. What did I do to deserve this? And the pumpkin spice latte is on that list, too. If it was so damn good, they would be serving it all year long. Go screw. And I don't give a shit. It's not too early for Christmas.
But here's the thing. We eat turkey year round. Like, okay, we're not having a roasted turkey, but you don't have a nice turkey sandwich?
No, you can't even find turkeys in the supermarket. Yeah, you'll have a turkey. Yeah, having a turkey in Swiss, beautiful. That's different. I'm talking about a stupid big fucking bird you got to cook. We only do that once a year because we know it sucks.
Wait, don't you do it on Christmas?
No.
Don't you supposed to have a fucking goose on Christmas?
I don't know what you're supposed to do on the Christmas, Ron. But
you know what we do on Christmas?
Huh?
You know what we do on Christmas?
What?
Chinese food in a movie.
Oh yeah, sure. From the leg lamppost movie. What the hell was that called?
With Ralphie.
Yeah, with little Ralphie.
A Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story. And then I like when you lean in. I want to start leaning in like Ron the Waiter. A Christmas Story. Yeah, and then you got the TV stations that run A Christmas Story 24 hours over and over again. It's what we do every holiday. Oh,
they run it for TNT and TBS for Christmas. Run it for 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So
now I'm not making this up. I am not making this up.
You make up a lot of stuff, I think.
I dated a girl named Mana Friedman. She's from Paradise Valley, Arizona. We talked about this. It's an exclusive suburb of Phoenix. Remember, her next door neighbor was Alice Cooper.
Is she the Steven Tyler girl?
Oh, this is the girl that Steven Tyler probably banged.
Probably. They went to rehab together, if I remember
correctly. For sex addiction.
Right? Yeah.
For sex addiction.
Ron the Waiter went out with a girl that had a sex addiction.
I did.
He would come home and she would be walking a little wobbly.
I would come home from class at Northern University and it looked like she had just done like a heavy day of like lifting like leg squats.
Right.
And she'd be walking funny. And I just gave myself 30 in a row. I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah, my muscles, and her muscles will still be twitching. That's an addiction.
God, that's crazy.
And then she would need more when I would come in.
Oh, of course, Rod.
You know what she would do? She would she's very wealthy, but she would never mind. She would kind of like me to hide if she was coming home and not know I was there, and then and never mind.
Really?
Role play, yeah. She liked to have her clothes ripped off and stuff, and
that's twisted.
Yeah, she's real sucks at. Listen to this.
Yeah.
So guess who she went to school with? Guess who she went to school with in Paradise Valley, Arizona?
Alice Cooper's kids.
No, fucking Ralphie from The Christmas Story.
Oh, really?
He's from there. They grew up together, going to school from the same neighborhood. Ralphie. I don't know his real name.
No.
Dude, he kind of still looks the same.
Yeah, I would imagine.
He just recently did a commercial reenacting a scene from.
Right. I saw that.
And by the way, guess who else did that? Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
He just reenacted Home Alone.
Yeah, yeah, that one's pretty good. And it's so weird because his younger brother is way more famous than Macaulay now. Way more famous.
Karen Culkin, first of all, is my buddy.
What?
We followed each other. Karen Culkin and I are buddies.
Then let's get him on this thing.
Yeah, let's see if he does it. I mean, I can ask. Yeah. And you know how I know we're buddies?
Huh.
Because he lives here. He's actually he lives in this area, so he will occasionally, with his wife and children, frequent the beer garden. Dude, he couldn't be more down to earth.
Yeah, of course.
More like super witty.
Right.
He's got that English dry wit. When you talk to him, you can tell, yo, be on your toes, bro. This guy's super smart.
Yeah.
He's super smart. You can see he's very quick. He's very sharp. It's not a coincidence. He just won the Oscar. It's not a coincidence. Before that, he won the Emmy.
You got all that from him saying, "Hey, sir, can I have another round?" You got all that from him when he says,
you don't,
"Sir, are you guys serving wings tonight?"
You don't understand. We are union brothers.
Oh, damn.
We are solidified union, but we're the same union, man. What are you talking about? That's my union brother.
Dude, he was great. He was great in Succession, man. Unbelievable. But anyway, it's not too early for Christmas. It's just shut your mouth. Who cares? Oh my God. Why?
Wait a minute. Hold on. You have a tree already?
No, but you know what? My daughter asked if we could get the Christmas thing going a little earlier this year. So I think we're gonna roll into Thanksgiving and literally
real or fake?
I go real.
Okay, because everything. This is what they were saying when it comes to Halloween decorations, Christmas decorations.
I know this one too, Ron. It's
like 99% is coming from China. So they're saying if you want to buy an artificial tree this year, they're only coming from China, and you're going to spend almost, on average, you're spending 17% more.
I think it's
on a
higher
fucking
than that,
artificial
Ron.
Christmas tree. You think it's higher than that?
I think it was higher than that, but whatever. I mean, yeah, the cost of Christmas has gone dramatically up,
and they the cost of a Thanksgiving meal,
right,
has gone up $124 compared to the same amount of food last year.
Yeah, 100%.
So are you trying to? I'm going to agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I can't believe I'm saying it because she's very anti-Semitic. She says we have Jewish lasers in space.
Oh, that's
I like
right.
that one, dude. I like that one though.
Yeah,
that's the one I like. That's because that's badass. Because I can fucking evaporate you. But she hey, she's got some balls on her ovaries. I love the fact that she said Trump is gaslighting America.
Yeah.
On the economy, saying, "What are you talking about? Everything's perfect." And Marjorie Taylor Greene, one of the biggest MAGA supporters, publicly said Donald Trump is gaslighting America. Yeah, that's serious stuff.
Well, for Trump to say that things cost less, I don't know one person in my life that is roaming around going, "Oh my God, everything is cheaper finally," because Trump's no one's feeling that. He could say it another 100 times. No one is feeling that things are cheaper since he became president.
So they were on the news this morning. Yeah. Apparently, there's 2.8 million New Yorkers who are running out of money before they can buy more. Like they're running out of food.
Yes.
And they don't have the money. Like the money's not coming back in yet to buy more food. And this is what they said. The 2.8 million New Yorkers who are going food insecurity, they're literally running out of money to buy food. A lot of them are making six figures. A lot of them are making $100,000 and they can't afford to support their family.
I live in New
Go
York
ahead.
City. I live in New York City, Ron, and this will blow the minds of anyone watching this.
100,000 is nothing.
That's what I was going to get at, and people will look at this and go, "You've got to be out of your mind."
Right.
If you make $100,000 a year in New York City, you are fucking broke.
You're living paycheck to paycheck, really.
You're broke. You're
Yeah.
living with roommates.
Yeah.
You're in maybe a little 2-bedroom, and you're sharing a room with a stranger because it's the only way you can make ends meet. I'm not talking about sharing an apartment with a stranger. Some of these apartments are set up in a way where two people that don't know each other are in the same fucking room, almost like it's a dorm room. The 100,000 gets you nothing. Do you know that? I mean, it keeps going up, but the average apartment in New York City for one bedroom apartment is close to $1 million fucking dollars for one fucking bedroom.
Hold on. In Astoria, people are renting out rooms.
Right.
Just the room. I mean, just the room. And it's going for 1,900 a month.
Right.
Almost 2,000 for a room.
So that brings back a memory. When I first moved back to Long Island, I wasn't making much money. I just got a pretty decent gig at WBAB, which was the job that set me on my way. But I had to prove myself before they were going to give me real money. And I was living with my parents, and I started looking around for an apartment. And I looked at situations where you live in these houses with strange families that were renting their room. Yeah. And they're like, look, we won't bother you. You can come and go. And I'm like, wait, so I got to walk through your kitchen, your living room, up the stairs, and take a right to my room? How is that going to work? But people do this all the fucking time.
One of the guys I worked with, he rented a room in Astoria. He was paying $1,100 a month. Yeah. And he wasn't allowed to hang out in the common areas. He wasn't allowed to hang out in the living room with the family or the kitchen. Right. You go to the bathroom, go to the kitchen, eat your food. Yeah. He wasn't actually allowed to be in the living room to watch TV with them. So you're isolated in your room, $1,100 a month. It sounds horrible.
Did I ever tell you about the roommates my parents had?
No.
So they did exactly that. Yeah. And I was the fortunate one because I got an older sister, but then the rest of us, there's 6 of us that are very close in age. I was the first one out. So as kids were leaving this big house on Long Island, the rooms opened up and my mom started renting them to fucking whack jobs. So my younger brothers, my 2 youngest brothers, they lived with some crazy ass fucking people. My one brother famously discovered one of the roommates in the woods. She OD'd. Supposedly he saved her life. There was another guy that I was going to mention his name. They don't really, whatever. My other brother was befriended one of the roommates. That's what I should say. Okay. And this guy stole his fucking bike to buy drugs. And then all of a sudden, my mom, I would go and visit. At this point, there's 2 or 3 tenants in the house, strangers just walking around. They were allowed to sit on the couch as long as they were paying their rent. My mom didn't care. And my mom comes to me and goes, something weird is going on. All my spoons are burnt. They were cooking drugs. And then they were
shooting up in your house.
They were cooking drugs in my fucking room because they rented my old room that had the posters of Pete Maravich, my beer can collection, and just a typical kid's room. And I went up there to check on this room after this particular tenant left, and there were burn marks in my fucking rug, little burn marks in my fucking rug. They were cooking up drugs using my mom's spoons.
They're shooting up.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And then I'm trying to remember some of the other ones, but we had the one that was so paranoid and thought my brother was CIA or FBI. I told that story recently. And then the final tenant. Did I tell you about the final tenant, Ron?
No.
All right. So now you fast forward a whole bunch of years. My mom had one last tenant that was in that house. I would say probably 10 years, probably. So my dad pretty much died in a car accident right in front of the house we grew up in. And then after that, my mom lived alone with this one tenant. That was it. And we would try to visit my mom as much as we can before we moved her into assisted living. And the last tenant, this is how that ended. Knock, knock, knock on the door. Suffolk County Police Department. Are you blah, blah? Yes. Does blah, blah live here? Yes. Can we see his room? Why? Why do you want to see his room? Well, ma'am, he just committed suicide on the railroad tracks in Greenlawn, and we want to check his room. He fucking parked his car on the tracks with a suicide note on the dashboard. And then they, I don't know. I don't remember if they found another note in his room, but that was the end of the tenants and my mom. The last one killed themselves.
This is all I'm thinking. Your mother needs a better screening process. Your mother invited drug addicts and yeah.
Know what her screening process was for roommates? If you could fucking pay, that's all she gave a shit about.
Yeah.
That's all she cared about. But anyway, where were we with this? The cost of living, Trump trying to say everything is cheaper. I don't know a person around me that agrees with Trump as far as things being cheaper. We're not seeing it.
So they had the three indicators of like things aren't good. Price of eggs is up like over 20%. It's up 20%.
Right.
Beef is up 18%. Right. And what was it? Oh, and bread. I think it's beef, eggs, and milk. Right. Beef, eggs, and milk. Those are the three indicators. So everything's up 14%, 18%, 20%. Those are the three indicators. Those are the three main ingredients. Milk, bread, meat, milk, and eggs. Bread. Right. Milk is up, meat is up, eggs are up, and Trump is saying it's the lowest. It's eggs and meat. It's the lowest it's ever been. That's gaslighting. And then the other thing that's he bailed out like the Argentinian cattle business. He remember he gave like a couple billion. He gave $4 billion to Argentina to save their meat industry.
Right.
Meanwhile, American cattle farmers they can't pay their bills. How do you explain it? He's bailing out cattle farmers in Argentina, and the cattle farmers in America are absolutely suffering.
Yeah, it's
coupled with the tariffs.
He wants. Oh my God, this is where we lose half the audience. He wants Americans to suffer. He don't give a shit about anybody. He cares about himself. He doesn't even give a shit about his billionaire friends, if you want to know the truth. Because they talk about all he cares about is himself and his billionaire friends. He doesn't care about his billionaire friends. He doesn't. He just on the side made like $100 million, like a little side hustle with some Bitcoins. Right.
He did another side hustle with Bitcoins and made a quick, cool $100 million.
Yeah.
Boy, no one even heard about it. I only heard about it because it was a little whisper in the news. And Trump. I think when it's fully disclosed, I think the Trump family is just they're raking it in.
Of course. Really? Do you think Trump has a friend, Ron? Do you think he just has a friend? A literal friend?
He doesn't. It's
a literal friend. I'm not talking about business associates. It sounds like he doesn't really hang out with his family much in general. But does he have a friend? Just anyone that he's called over the years, even before he was president. Does anyone know if he ever had a friend?
He had one, but that guy took his own life.
Which one?
Epstein.
Oh, Epstein, of course. Duh. All right, listen. Richie Rich is here with Who the Man. Ryan, do you got one?
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go back in time a little bit because I wanted to talk about it because I find it so interesting.
Go ahead.
And I used to be a member of Air Force One.
Here we go again.
Here we go. So I want to bring up two things about. So who's my man?
Yeah.
You're fucking right. It's Steven Tallarico, a.k.a. Steven Tyler,
Steven
a.k.a.
Tyler.
the Screaming Demon,
Right.
a.k.a. the frontman of Aerosmith.
Right.
So here's a couple fun facts about who's my man, Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
You remember that big fucking hit they had, Dude Looks Like a Lady?
Dude looks like a lady. Yeah. Yeah.
Massive fucking hit.
That was a great song.
So at one point, Motley Crue was on tour with Aerosmith,
Right.
opening up for Aerosmith. The first time Aerosmith and Motley Crue met, Steven Tyler thought Vince Neil was a girl.
Yeah.
And he's like, Steven Tyler thought Vince Neil was a groupie.
Yeah.
Like he thought she was a groupie blowing the band.
Right. Exactly.
And he goes, the dude looks like a lady. And
Yeah.
they go, no, that's Vince Neil, Steven.
Right.
Steven, that's Vince Neil. You're not going to have sex with that person. And that's where the song "Dude Looks Like It" came from. Now, Desmond Child, who's a very, very famous music producer, right?
Sure.
Sure.
No, I say sure because I know the name. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what he produced or anything like that.
So Desmond Child produced that song, "Dude Looks Like a Lady,"
Right.
and they thought "Dude Looks Like a Lady" was a little too like maybe homophobic, so they were going to go "Cruising for a Lady." And Desmond Child, who produced that song, said, "What are you giving in? You're folding? You don't want to stick to your guns?" He goes, "I've also produced Van Halen, and they would never fucking give in."
Damn, I like that.
And they wouldn't even put that song on their worst B-side
Right.
to change the title. And he said he essentially called Aerosmith punk ass bitches because Van Halen would never give in.
Right.
So that's the story of that. That's the story of "Dude Looks Like a Lady."
But "Cruising for a Lady" sounds a bit more homophobic, right? Doesn't it?
"Cruising for a Lady" sounds like Epstein's theme song.
It sounds like you're like cruising for a twink or so. I don't know. That sounds worse than "Dude Looks Like a Lady."
Yeah.
No, it's what
So-
I lived. When I was, as I like to say at times, putting up numbers, trying to figure out who I was going to fall in love with. You gotta get out there to figure out who you're going to fall in love with, right? I'm so thankful that I didn't have to dress up like a chick. That was the culture, dude, with the hair bands. Guys dressing up like chicks, and I'm like, why are you dressing up like a chick? You don't have a hit song. If you don't have a hit song and you're dressing up like a chick, that doesn't make sense.
All those like metal hair bands.
They all were
the
dressing
90s,
like
right?
girls, and the women were losing their minds over them. I never understood that. What, were you sharing makeup with your girlfriend?
They
And
wore
hair
heavy makeup,
products?
eyeliner. They had hairdos like girls from like Revere Beach. They had big
Right.
fucking blonde hairdos. They had makeup on. They had eyeliner.
Don't forget the waterfall, Ron. Some of the women had the waterfall in front.
I mean, they dressed like bisexual essentially.
It was the thing, and girls ate it up, and then guys were like, well, if these rock stars are getting girls dressing up like girls, then I guess I got to start dressing like a girl. And I'm here to say you'll never find a picture of me dressed as a girl. Thank God I didn't have to do that. I think it was because of my blue eyes back in the day.
What do you mean? You never dressed up as a girl for Halloween?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I honestly, no. What am I saying? I don't think so. No. The answer to that is no.
Honestly, the first major rock star to really become androgynous, is that the word? Kind of like, are you male, female?
I got it.
David Bowie.
I was going to say David Bowie. He's
David Bowie, androgynous. You really couldn't tell. He was like Pat from SNL.
Right.
Are you a boy or a girl?
Right. Exactly. So Steven Tyler's the man because he didn't cave on "Dude Looks Like a Lady."
And
or
here's another
Vince Neil the man for dressing like a lady.
Yeah. So you know how Steven Tyler and Joe Perry were called the Toxic Twins?
Sure.
Because like nobody did more. Nobody partied harder than fucking Steven Tyler and Joe Perry.
I don't know. I would put Ozzy up there.
Oh,
I would put Motley Crue up there. I would
Keith
put
Richards.
Led Zeppelin up there.
Do they all? First of all, they were all doing the H. Eric Clapton, Keith
Clapton. Why you
Richards,
mention Clapton?
uh,
Clapton and the Eagles. If you know, Ron, if you want this lovely relationship of ours to continue,
you don't like Eric Clapton?
God, slow hand. No, I like the Layla, and I did like. I mean, I don't like Clapton.
Really? Don't they like? You know, like in Vietnam, it said Kilroy was here.
Yeah,
they had that in England. It said Clapton is gone. Like
I know
all over
Trust
London.
me, this is not a popular opinion. I just don't like Clapton. I don't know what it is about him.
You know, matter of fact, H was such a factor in music in that time,
Right?
that the Eagles, maybe one of their biggest hits ever, was about H.
Right.
Hotel California.
I know.
Is about entering and never leaving. That's about
that song is good, I guess. But but the Eagles, every song sounds the same to me after a while.
They put out a country western album.
But here's, I'm a little confused by the Eric Clapton because I do like I like the Cream stuff. I like Cream.
Derek and the Dominoes.
Yeah, a little Derek and the Dominoes. He's very talented, but I don't know what it is about him. When I hear an Eric Clapton song on the radio, I'm like, oh my God, enough already.
You know, it's weird because you kind of look like him a little bit. You guys could be like first cousins. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe he looks too much like you.
There you go.
You kind of could be like a Eric Clapton body double.
All right. So I got Who the Man.
Okay, go ahead.
Billie Eilish. Do you know anything about this Billie Eilish, Ron?
This is what I know about Billie Eilish. She whispers when she sings.
Yeah, she does.
That's all I know.
And she's
kind of hot though.
And she has a creepy relationship with her brother.
Oh yeah, they do it.
I don't know what that's about, but it's creepy. I love my sisters, but we don't hang out like that. They hang out in a weird way, and now they're older, so they have no excuse. When you get older and you're still hanging out in a bedroom with your sister writing songs, that's creepy.
You never hung out with your sisters in their bedroom?
Not after 12 years old. No.
Hold on. Are your sisters roughly the same age as you?
I have one sister that's a couple years younger than me, and she's about 3 years younger than me, and then I got an older sister. She's my half sister, but she's my sister. If that
so
makes
you're
sense.
Trying to tell me, growing up as a preteen, you never said, "Hey," you never showed each other your body parts?
Oh my God, Ron! No,
I'm an only child. I don't know how this works.
Your thoughts of how people were how they live. Because
hey, Sally, look, I got a fire hose.
No,
what do you
Ron.
have? Sally, where's your fire hose? Oh, mommy!
Thank God
stuff
you
like
were
that.
an only. Is it lonely or only? I think both work. You were an only lonely child. It makes sense, Ron.
I had to use my imagination.
Oh God, we didn't do shit like that with our. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no.
You never had feelings for your sisters? I think that's natural. No?
Natural?
I don't know.
Ron.
You get all those hormones coming up?
So this Billie Eilish, right? She's worth a few bucks. And she was accepting an award down there on Wall Street. You ever been to the Wall Street?
Yeah.
I was on the floor of Wall Street once with stockbroker Dave. He brought us there for the day. It was absolutely amazing. Everyone on the floor was out of their fucking minds. And this was during the heyday of Opie and Anthony. So everybody on the floor was like, holy shit, Opie and Anthony are here. And they're just trading stocks, and they all look like they were out of their fucking minds. I can say this much. They all look like they were on something. I have no idea. But they all walked around with Altoid tins, I remember. They all had Altoid tins.
I know for a fact, I had a friend who supplied
Wall Street?
One of the firms.
Really?
One of the firms.
All right.
He's like, do you remember what was the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, and he has a quick scene with Matthew McConaughey. Was it The Wolf of Wall Street?
Probably.
And Matthew McConaughey, there's a scene at the beginning of the movie, and Matthew McConaughey talks about, like, you want to be successful in the Wall Street business.
Right.
You gotta keep the lizard pumping or something like that. It's a great scene. But
all right. Well, that's definitely part of the culture. Getting back to Billie Eilish, Scott Watson up the river says, as a singer, Billie Eilish has great tits. She's got to anchor him down, Ron. She's one of these gals. She's got to anchor him down.
Yeah. And her tits also whisper.
We like to call them torpedoes, right, Ron?
Ooh, she's hot. She's
big
hot.
Torpedoes. So Billie Eilish, she's accepted an award down in Wall Street. This is why she's the man today. The man could be a female, yes. And she's accepted this award, and there's a whole bunch of billionaires down there. It's Wall Street, right? And I wrote the quote down. She looks at the billionaires. There's a lot of billionaires in the room, and she goes, if you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? No hate. Give your money away. So she solved the problem. She solved the problem in America because of Billie Eilish. Now all the billionaires are just simply giving their money away. So if you're on the streets of New York today, you might be lucky enough to get money from a billionaire because Billie Eilish said it, and they just started doing it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure that went over well in the capital center of the world.
Yeah, no hate. Give your money away, she says. But in all fairness, she backed it up because then she turned around and she donated money from her recent concert tour. Guess how much she donated, Ron?
How much?
$11.50.
No. Also, Mamdani.
$11.5 million. Let me get the real amount out. $11.5 million. So besides telling the billionaires to give their fucking money away, she turned around and made a huge donation.
She gave 11 million away?
11.5.
Nice.
Let's not ignore the 0.5. I'll take the 0.5. If someone's giving away the 11.5, I would raise my hand and go, hey, I'll take the 0.5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
What were you going to say there?
I forgot. I lost my thought on Billie Eilish. Oh, I was going to say,
yeah.
Not only does Billie Eilish say, "Hey, billionaires, why don't you share the wealth and help humanity?"
Right.
Zohan Mamdani.
Oh God, Mamdani.
I think he wants to put he wants to 2 or 3% tax on billionaires in New York City.
Yeah. And
I think Hochul said that ain't going to happen.
No.
That's not going to happen. You're not going to 2%. It went from, was it 1% to 2%? Apparently that's a huge uptick.
This is what people don't understand. These idiots that are in the street. I put up a video recently on my YouTube channel. I got another YouTube channel for my New York City stuff mostly. It's called Opie Unleashed NYC. And one of the videos I put up was, I went to a few of these protests over the years, and there's a guy, he just has a shirt, homemade. He just put a piece of paper on a green shirt. I think it was green. And it just says, tax the rich, tax them all. And the point, to your point, and to Kathy Hochul's point, I agree with her on this, and I'll tell you why. If you tax these idiots too much, they take their business and they go somewhere else, and that's what really hurts the city. You tax these billionaires to a point where they're like, fuck you, man, I pay enough already, and you want more from me? I'm taking my entire company out of New York City. That's why someone like Kathy Hochul says no to that shit.
By the way, that's the criticism is you're gonna run business out of New York City.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. And also, where is Wall Street? Wall Street's in the middle. Wall Street's in Manhattan.
Right.
So you have a New York City mayor who has control of Wall Street, who wants to take, it's like Robin Hood, I guess, right? Take the money from the rich and give it to the poor.
Sure.
I guess that's so I guess that theme's been around for thousands of years, I guess.
You need the billionaires to want to do something like that on their own. If you force their hand too much, they just take off. They simply just take off.
There will be other states saying, come to us and we'll give you all the tax exempt you want.
Of course. That's what you're competing with. It's not an easy solution. On paper, it sounds amazing. If you want to know the truth, there's billionaires out there that'll die. Their family will die. Their families will die, right? And that money will still be there. They have so much money. They could easily give away a ton of it, and their lives will never be affected, and their kids' families will never be affected, and their grandkids' families will never be affected.
Right.
They need to do it on their own somehow. But to force their hand, they're just going to go somewhere else.
But yes, and there are states that do that. Like if you come to our state, there's no corporate tax.
Right.
Or if you come to our state, there's no property tax.
Right.
Because I know, I you know who does that? All these fucking like millionaires, high celebrity actors and sports stars. They're going to states where they're saving millions of dollars in taxes.
Yes.
Either in sales tax or income tax, right? What happened, Opie? 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 What'd you do? What happened, Opie? Opie!
Can you hear me now?
Now, yes. What happened?
I had to plug in my stupid computer, and then I see what happened. Go ahead, talk, Ron. I'm listening.
Oh my God! You need an assistant.
First technical issue in a while. Give me a break.
You know what? For Christmas, let's see if we can get you an assistant.
I don't need an assistant. I reached for a cord and I unplugged something else. Let me go back to the other audio. We're back right where we were. Our first technical issue in a while. All right, we're back. Sorry,
we're back.
My computer had 2%, so I panicked. I reached down for a cord and I yanked the cord out. That's all. All right, continue. I was listening the whole time.
Honestly, I can't work under these conditions. Honestly, this is crazy. I mean,
considering, dude, we're doing a show from my windowsill, and you're in a wood paneling room. I think they need to lower their expectations.
You're at the very top, and I'm at the very bottom.
There's gonna be a mic problem every once in a while. All right.
So just quickly, because I find this so interesting.
Yes.
So we were saying before, who's my man, Steven Tyler, the Toxic Twins.
Yeah.
I love this story. This is my favorite Aerosmith drug story.
Okay.
In 1984, a Boston DJ played the ballad You See Me Crying from Aerosmith Toys in the Attic, right? So Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, the song comes on. I think it's WBCN.
Has to be.
And Steven Tyler goes, holy fuck, I love that song. We should cover it. Hey, Joe, find out who sang it. And Joe Perry goes, I'll get the quote. Hold on.
Wait, now you're holding on? You can't hold on after I had to hold on. We can't have two hold-ons in one live stream, Ron.
So Steven Tyler goes to Joe Perry. Yo, I love that song.
Yeah.
Let's get the rights to record it. And Joe Perry goes, Steven, are you fucking joking with me? You sang that song, you fucking idiot. That's your song, Steven. That's how fucked up they were. Steven Tyler goes, dude, I love that song. Let's get the rights to it. Joe Perry goes, you fucking idiot. You are singing that song. Oh, really?
I'm going to be honest with you. I never heard that one.
I've
heard a lot of these rock stories. I've never heard that one. So my thing with Aerosmith, their biggest hit, Don't Want to Miss a Thing, right, from Armageddon.
Well, I mean, it's not my biggest hit from them. I hate the older Aerosmith.
But if you look it up, I think it's their number one song.
I know numbers, but I don't like the second half of Aerosmith.
They had that I forgot her name already, and I saw her documentary. That's what's sad about songwriters, because you don't remember their fucking names after a while. But she wrote a ton of hits for a ton of people, and she wrote that song for Aerosmith. It's not an Aerosmith song.
Yeah.
They needed a song for Armageddon. She wrote this beautiful song. Her name's Diane something, I think. And then she handed it to Steven Tyler saying, I think your voice would be perfect for this. And your daughter's in the goddamn movie. This works.
All right.
And then Joe Perry had
in the movie.
Joe Perry had to sit there and play just goofy, basic guitar on and stuff. It's not an Aerosmith song. I know it's in their catalog, but it has nothing to do with them as songwriters.
They're the second half of their career after they got sober.
Yeah.
too clean, too poppy.
You need dirt. You need dirt.
I need
the rock.
I
right?
I need diamonds.
Right.
I need toys in the attic.
Right.
What's the other one? There's a couple. I don't know.
Well, first
Draw
of
the
all,
line.
just to get the info out there, yes, her name's Diane Warren. This broad
Oh.
wrote so many fucking songs that, let's be honest, a lot of people know and love. And she was the one that wrote Don't Want to Miss a Thing for Armageddon and handed it to Aerosmith. Thank you, Nathan Bremer.
Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
can I chime in?
Sure.
Speaking of like who wrote what? I'm going to bring in what I talked about yesterday. This is a perfect segue. So Diane Warren wrote the song for Armageddon,
Right.
to Aerosmith, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of very famous people who have, by the way, there's very famous musicians who have wrote very famous songs for other people. I think Prince did a lot of that. Prince wrote a lot of super fucking hits for other people. That's how talented Prince was.
Yes.
So guess who else wrote a very, very famous jingle?
Oh!
So you ever heard of Barry Manilow?
We all know the Barry Manilow.
Nice Jewish boy.
Good old
Do you know
Barry
what his biggest hit
Manilow.
is? By the way, what do you think his biggest hit was? Like, name some of his biggest hits.
At the Copacabana, music and fantasy is always in
At the Copa.
Right. I would go with the Copa. Oh yeah, they fell in love. And
not his
poor
biggest
Barry
hit.
wanted to be singing about another dude so badly, but America wasn't ready for the Barry Manilow. Allegedly.
Just out of question, we know his last name is not Manilow because it's probably like Lipschitz. It's like Barry like Lipschitz or something.
Right, probably.
Well, Ralph Lauren is Ralph Lipschitz.
Oh, that's nice. What about the Barry Manilow? I'm trying to remember some more Barry Manilow hits. He had a few hits, didn't he, Ron?
Let me tell you something. He still sells out. He sells out, and it's all the fucking the senior circuit. They love him.
He had the song Mandy.
Oh, huge.
And he wanted to be singing about Randy, but he had to sing about Mandy.
How'd it go?
Because Mandy. Right. It was the 70s. He couldn't sing about Randy. He had to sing about Mandy.
However, still not his biggest hit. Not his biggest hit. You want to hear his biggest hit?
His biggest hit was the Copa, I would say.
No.
What?
Barry Manilow's biggest hit came out in 1971. And it's been playing for 40 fucking years, and it's still on the air.
How about your math sucks?
Ready?
71 to 25, that's 54.
Oh, my God, you're even proving my point. Barry Manilow's biggest hit has been on the airwaves for over half a century now. Do you know what it is?
I'm
going to sing it for you. No, let me do it. Barry Manilow's biggest song.
That one?
He recorded it in 1971, and it's still on the airwaves. Let me do it some justice.
All right.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. That's fucking Barry Manilow, his greatest hit. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. That's Barry Manilow.
I actually know this. I forgot though. Yes, Barry Manilow started out as a jingle writer for commercials, I think. Yeah. And his biggest one was State Farm. He wrote
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. That's Barry Manilow, my friend. And
I love how you say it with the Boston accent. State Farm is there.
Yeah, State Farm.
State Farm is his biggest hit. You're right. I forgot about that stupid Barry Manilow. Oh my God.
It's still going. That jingle. Oh, by the way, no fucking royalties. He only made $500 off that.
For real?
Yeah. He got paid $500, no royalties. Can you imagine if he got royalties off that?
No, that would be insane.
He'd go for half a century.
He would have a few more million on top of his hundreds of millions. It would be unbelievable.
Speaking of royalties.
Yeah.
Seinfeld. Friends.
Right.
So for the cast of Friends, they still make about $20 million a year of royalties.
Each
Seinfeld
person?
makes
wait. Each person or the show itself?
No, each person is making roughly, look it up, royalties, and I'm going to tell you why. Go on a cable, go on any news, go on any channel. You'll find a rerun of Friends. You'll find a rerun of Seinfeld.
Well, my young daughter discovered Friends, so there was a period there before she went back to the Gilmore Girls where she was binge watching Friends episodes. So yeah, and they're round the clock. You're 100% right.
What I'm saying is, you can go at any time. You'll be able to find on 2 or 3 channels Seinfeld reruns or Friends reruns.
Right.
It's on all day, every day.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
I'm not going to listen to anything you say right now.
Why?
I'm like, come on, Ron. You're pretty. My friend Ron the waiter is pretty well read.
Yeah, how much do they make it?
I had to have gotten that number wrong. The Friends cast earns an estimated $20 million per year each in royalties.
That's what I just said.
Ron, I know I'm backing you up because I didn't believe it to be true. So
dude, it's so crazy.
I AI'd it. You don't say Google anymore. If you say I Googled it, you're dating yourself. You got to say I AI'd it.
I made a Xerox.
Ready for this? So they make $20 million per year each in royalties, a figure that comes from 2% of the show's estimated $1 billion annual syndication and streaming profits. The fucking show Friends is still making $1 billion a year.
And probably Seinfeld even more, because Seinfeld's on more than Friends.
You know, Ron, there's no secret here. I'm running out of money.
Wait a minute, don't you get royalties from back in the day?
Bro, it drives me nuts to this day. I can only speak for myself. I didn't have a relationship with Anthony, so when he was negotiating with our agent, I had no idea in general what they said. But I told my agent back in the day, when I had enough money, I was paying all my bills, I was putting it into financial accounts. I didn't need any more money at that time. And I went to my agent, Robert Eatman. We were signing another contract with SiriusXM. I said, Robert, I'll speak for myself. I don't need the big salary coming in. I got enough. So let's lower what I'm going to make doing the Opie and Anthony show and buy our fucking catalog. Because I saw the Beatles and all these other rock groups and stuff, but getting their catalogs back and making stupid money off it or selling the catalog to big companies, right? I went to my agent, Bob, I love the guy. He did so much for me. He's no longer with us. I said, Bob, I'll take less money. Buy our fucking catalog because that'll live on forever. And now fast forward, we haven't done an Opie and Anthony show in over 10 years, but people are listening to this shit every single day. I have to compete with Opie and Anthony with my new shit. That's how popular it still is to this day. And I don't get a penny from it. Anthony doesn't get a penny from it.
So who owns the rights to Opie and Anthony?
From it. What?
Who owns the rights to Opie and Anthony?
It's kind of just
out in public domain.
I guess if SiriusXM wanted to put the hammer down, they own it. But basically, there are fans out there. What?
What about WBCN? Do they have any rights to that?
Well, BCN is no longer. So you have to go to the company that was, owned BCN, and that would have been CBS Radio. Right. There are fans and fan sites making decent money off the Opie and Anthony material.
So you can't don't you have an attorney? You can't say, hey, I'm actually Opie from Opie and Anthony. This is my stuff. You can't legally do something?
We don't own it. We don't own our material. So to see Friends making $20 million a year to just sit on their asses, look, I think honestly, if we owned our material, I think we could have been making an easy $1 million a year from the old material easily. And Robert, I can only speak for myself. Like I said, I don't know the discussions that Anthony had with the guy. But Robert, he just wanted the money, honey. He wanted just the money, the big salary they were going to offer us. And I'm like, do you want? It drives me nuts to this day. Howard Stern.
You could have been like Chandler.
I don't like the Howard Stern, but he's a smart businessman. He owns his material. That fucking guy doesn't have to do another show in his life. He owns this material. It's worth. God knows how much Howard Stern's catalog is actually worth.
How deeply in conversation do you get about buying your stuff? Like
it was an ongoing conversation with me and my agent, and I honestly think he never even approached that with the bosses at SiriusXM. That's what my gut says.
And let's say it went further. And how much would it cost you to purchase your own stuff?
They would have probably gave us way less money to continue with SiriusXM. But in our contracts, they say but we'll give you your old catalog, and then we could have monetized the shit out of that. That would have been worth way more money than anything SiriusXM was giving us. And now I have to sit here. I have to compete against Opie and Anthony. Fans make the money off the Opie and Anthony stuff. It's hard to build an audience when they're like, should I listen to Opie's solo stuff or Anthony's solo stuff, or should I go and check out the radio gold, they call it, of Opie and Anthony? It's so frustrating. You bringing up the Friends thing just triggered me because it's something I saw. I saw the vision. It was already happening while we were still doing Opie and Anthony. People were listening to our shit all over the world on the internet because they didn't get satellite radio. It was there for the taking.
If you could have made that work,
dude,
you would never have to worry about money again.
Dude, it frustrates me to this day because, at the time we didn't officially need the big money coming in. I was trying to plan for the future because I knew the shelf life on Opie and Anthony. Oh my God, we were way past the expiration date of the Opie and Anthony show. Way past. Well, I'm surprised we lasted as long as we did.
You know who else just bought their own catalog or bought their own stuff? Your buddy's girl, your meathead's girlfriend from the podcast, Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Yeah, she went back and bought her catalog. The best one was when Michael Jackson, when he was still with us. You know the Michael Jackson story, right?
He bought the Beatles anthology. He bought the Beatles. Yeah.
He owned the Beatles catalog. Yeah. So every time somebody used the Beatles song, that money did not go to the Beatles. It went to Michael Jackson. Jesus.
The amount, the Michael Jackson estate, the amount of money they make on his fucking royalties is insane.
It is insane.
It's hundreds of millions of dollars a year.
All right, Ron, we got to start wrapping up. Give me one more thing before we go.
All right, I'll tell you what. We can do. All right, you pick the category. We can talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. We can talk about, now you mentioned your brother got bit by a tick. We can talk about the first death ever in New Jersey from a tick bite. What do you want to do?
Well, we can do both quickly. I think you're talking about the Lone Star tick. My brother was bit by a Lone Star tick. Right. And when, some of these ticks will give you the Lyme disease, which is a nightmare, but it is curable if you get on it quickly. Right. Even if you, I don't want to give medical advice, but if there are things you could do to cure your Lyme disease or make it less severe. Let's just put it that way, less severe.
Here's the thing about ticks. It's not all the same illness. My cousin.
It's so weird. You get different things from different ticks. We're pulling ticks off our dog and ourselves all summer long out there at the beach. But my brother, he got bit by the Lone Star tick. I know where you're going with this because a guy got bit by a Lone Star tick in Jersey and he died from it. Because I think I know why he died too, because the Lone Star tick, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one that makes you allergic to meat, right?
So a healthy 47-year-old male airline pilot, seriously, he didn't have underlying health conditions.
Yeah.
He got bit by a Lone Star tick.
Right.
He went out and had a steak dinner.
Right.
Got severely ill.
Right.
Got rushed to the hospital.
Yep.
The symptoms went away. They never put two and two together.
Oh, really?
So he didn't die the first time. The first time he had a steak, he got rushed to the hospital. A month later, he's at a barbecue and has a hamburger. and fucking died.
Can you imagine dying from a hamburger?
So what's happening is he goes into, I think it's called he went into shock.
Yeah.
Because the Lone Star tick, it changes the sugar molecules of the meat. I don't know the fuck. We're not medical people.
No,
but
all you need to know is the Lone Star tick. And I'm not sure if it happens in all cases, but it'll make you allergic to meat. This actually happened to my brother. I don't know where his status is, but for the last, I think he told me recently that for whatever reason he can eat. Huh?
Can he eat meat now?
I believe so. I'll talk to him after the live stream.
I'm wondering if that goes away. Like, I'm wondering if, like, over time.
So I went fishing with him over the summer with my kids, and I think he said that he could eat meat again, but I'm not positive. I gotta ask him. But this
is why. So it's called alpha-Gal's syndrome,
right? And
what happens is it changes the DNA of your, like, sugar molecules.
Yeah.
And you go to the anaphylactic shock. I forget, whatever. However, super scary, right? But my cousin got bit by a tick, and the left side of her face drooped like she had a stroke. It was man. It looked like her, like it was like this, like that. Can you imagine, like a teenage girl, like that? It eventually went away, but it looked like she had a stroke.
Yeah, ticks are no joke, man. I mean, when we find a tick at the beach house, we handle it. I love when people use this example, which I'm going to now use. We handle it like it's plutonium. Like we all just casually handle plutonium. But I guess we all assume this is how you would handle plutonium. And you just have to, how do we get rid of the tick? And I just flush him down the fucking toilet.
Let me ask you something.
I'm like, at that point, it's somewhere else.
Hold on. Let me ask you something.
Down the toilet, the thing will come back up out of the pipes. And then you stab it. You try to burn it, and the thing will it will
come back up and like
you start burning a tick, you'll start walking around on fire. They're indestructible, these damn things.
So let me ask you something. So are you checking your dog for ticks?
All the time, man. But
hold on.
What?
But here's the one. This is where. Are you checking your dog's gums and teeth for ticks? That's what I'm asking.
Not really.
Yeah, you should. That's a real problem area. The ticks get under, in between the gum and the tooth. That's a real problem because dogs what are they doing with their nose? In the grass.
Right.
You need to check your dog's mouth. I'm not joking.
And their nostrils.
They're not. No, the ticks will get here, and also it's common for ticks to get in between the gum and teeth of dogs.
Yeah.
So you should check your dog's mouth.
I'm too busy checking its ball bag.
That's for other reasons. Yeah,
his freckly ball bag. I want to make sure there's no ticks on his freckly ball bag.
Here's the other problem with ticks, and also now you got that. You got that other bloodsucker from Texas, the one that bites you in the lip.
Oh, right. We talked about that. What was that again?
The whisper, whatever. They're all coming south up because of fucking global warming. Dude, we had like serious accumulation of snow.
Look, we got along today, which is kind of nice, but it makes it a little boring when we get along, to be honest with you. I need turmoil in my life.
I'll give you turmoil.
I'm actually kidding. But we went over this. You're talking about a bug, it bites your lip, and then you're in all sorts of problems. Right? You got all sorts of
Yeah, it's like it's another bloodborne tick sort of bug.
All right, and you're like, this thing is heading north. That means somewhere in America right now they're dealing with it. So can't we go to those places and go, how are you dealing with the lip biting bug? Because eventually it's going to make it up to Boston. If people are living with it south of here, how could it be a real problem?
I don't know. All I know is
you can't just say I don't know and move on.
No. I'm saying apparently Connecticut is like the epicenter of all this shit. I know I know a lot of people in Connecticut who are having like serious health issues with tick bites.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, Connecticut, I don't know what the fuck's going on in that state.
Dude, where do you think the term Lyme came from? Lyme disease.
Connecticut?
I think there's a town called Lyme, Connecticut, if I'm
Oh,
not
really?
mistaken. And that's where the Lyme disease comes from.
Really?
I think. How do you
I
spell
know
Lyme?
there's
How do you
like a
spell Lyme?
public. There's a public health hazard in Connecticut for ticks. I don't know what's going on geographically in that area.
Here it is. There's a town in Connecticut called Lyme, and
Here it is.
I believe that's why they call it Lyme
No,
disease, because they
I
feel
believe it.
like it started in Lyme, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Ah!
They had a statistic at one point, like 1 out of 4 houses had some sort of tick-borne illness.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
how it was affecting the entire community.
Oh, yeah. Someone's
Yeah.
saying Lyme disease. Someone, I'll give you a credit here. He says Lyme disease is man-made. I have no idea about that. All right. Look up the story if you want to be creeped out by
Lyme, Lyme, Connecticut.
Wait, let me look up this story. Then I really got to go. But are we doing tomorrow?
Sure.
All right, hold on. You could say something because I got to find this story. I don't know how I'm going to find it. The moose tick story. How do you spell tick?
Tick.
Tick. Moose
Yeah.
tick news story.
Yeah.
I'm not going to find the actual story. Maybe I'll try to find it tomorrow.
All right.
There's a moose that had so many fucking ticks on it. It killed the thing. It sucked all. The thing was infested with so many ticks that it took down a moose. Ticks took down a moose.
I've also seen bed bugs take down people.
Oh my God.
Dude, I had bed bugs once. It was horrible. I know one guy, he became anemic because he was so many bed bugs.
Really?
I had bed bugs. I lived in a fucking single room occupancy on the Upper West Side. I'd wake up with like 30, 40 fucking red bites on me.
Really?
I'd wake up in the middle of the night. You know, when you wake up and you're tired, I would see him crawling through my chest hair.
Oh my God.
Yeah, honestly, I just go back to bed.
Are you serious?
I would see them crawling on me in my chest hair.
Oh, the worst for me was I got infested with fleas.
Forget it.
By a feral cat that I brought in, a kitten. It was a street kitten. Story goes, I've told it many times, but when I was working in radio in Buffalo, our radio station was in a house, and there was kittens outside, or one, and we brought it in, and we decided it was going to be the radio station's kitten or cat. And the morning guy hated. This guy was really nice and cool in general, but he hated cats. He would throw the fucking thing. And I was like, all right, you know what? This cat is being abused. It was a kitten at the time. I'm taking it home. And this thing was infested with fleas. I had to bomb my apartment 2-3 times to try to get rid of these things. And you would see them on the rug bouncing. Have you ever seen fleas on a rug bouncing? And I had so many. It was like a show was going on around my feet. My ankles were getting destroyed by these things. They would bounce about, I want to say about 6 inches off the rug like this.
That's exactly right.
Huh?
By the way, that's where flea circus came from. Back in the gypsies in Europe, they would it's called a flea circus, and they would have these things like jumping up and down and being on fucking.
And I don't know what it was with the fleas, but all of a sudden you think you're good, you shower, you're going out, whatever, and all of a sudden you would get a bite on your arm or something. I couldn't get rid of these things, even after I bombed them. And these, for whatever reason, a flea bite is so irritating, so itchy, and takes forever to calm the fuck down. I don't know what that's about.
Bed bugs. Well, it's the saliva they use to bite you, and that's what's irritating you. So I told you I had bed bugs in the single room occupancy hotel on the Upper West Side.
Right.
The same floor on the other side, on the same floor, the guy had fleas, and he ended up having a mental breakdown. Yeah. In the middle of the night, screaming. They took him away. They took him to the hospital. Dude, he went crazy.
I fully get that. Yeah. I've told this story over the years, and I felt like the fleas were driving me absolutely insane because I couldn't get rid of them. And then every bite, I'm like, that's going to be 3 or 4 days of just irritation on whether it was my ankle, my shins, my forearms. I remember this guy.
He came out of his room just in his underwear, covered in red bites, scratches. screaming, I can't take it anymore. Like screaming, I can't, I'm going to kill somebody. They had to call, like they took him to the hospital.
I get
He
it.
was having a breakdown. I saw his door was open.
Right.
All you see is, that's all you see is these little black things jumping up and down. It was everywhere. Like on his bed, it looked like a trampoline of little fleas.
Yeah. Oh,
That's where the flea circus came from.
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
The gypsies would go from town to town.
All right, Ron. God, for the people that are regulars, we try to start earlier, and now I think we got to start even earlier, Ron, so we can get more done. Because I got to go. I got to get the kids to.
All right, we'll finish up tomorrow morning, and then we got to get pots at night.
Oh, we have Geb Hods tomorrow. All right.
Yeah, and then I got to start getting ready for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, let's talk about Thanksgiving tomorrow.
I don't want to,
because you're going back to Boston.
I'm going up to Boston next week. Matter of fact, next Tuesday I'm going to go up.
And you're going to see people you haven't seen in a long time.
I haven't been back in 3 years because 3 years ago, my father's sister, who is
wait, is this the tease? Make this the tease for tomorrow.
Here's the tease for tomorrow.
And
I haven't been back home in 3 years.
Wait. I'm gonna hit end stream right after the tease. So it's my friend Ron. I call him Ron. Sometimes we call him Ron the waiter. His name is Ron Berman, and he's Ron Berman Comedy on all the socials. Here's the tease for tomorrow's live stream. Go, Ron.
The tease is I haven't been home in 3 fucking years.
Right.
Because there was a loss of life.